In this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid holiday burnout and stop being overwhelmed. Trust me, I've been there, done that, and have the t-shirt to prove it. But get this, what if I told you there's a secret sauce to holiday survival? Hang around because I'm about to spill the tea on my no gatekeeping JoyGlo holiday survival system that'll have you shining brighter than your neighbor's over-the-top display. And you don't want to miss number 3. All right, let's get this holiday party started. You know, it's that time of year again when our to-do lists start looking like Santa's naughty or nice list. Leave a comment on whether you're on the nice list or the naughty list, and kudos if you're on the naughty list. But before we get into the sugar plum trenches, picture this. A few years ago, it's December 23rd, and I'm standing in the middle of West Farms Mall, sweating through my ugly Christmas sweater, trying to view my to-do list, even though my phone battery is in power saver mode. Yeah, the struggle convention was in town. I'm at my wits' end trying to find the perfect gift for Aunt Gertrude, you know, the one who thinks socks are the height of gift-giving creativity. My puppies are killing me. My head is pounding. Has this ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments. Yep, I've been there. And let me tell you, it is not a good look. But here's the thing. You don't have to experience holiday burnout. You don't have to end up feeling like a deflated Christmas balloon by New Year's Eve. Now, you might be thinking, Michelle, that's all well and good, but how am I supposed to avoid burnout when I've got a million things to do? Okay, I don't know where that came from. It's probably from my husband's Southern roots, but I got you because I'm about to introduce you to my JoyGlo holiday survival system. Think of it like an evening designer bag. It's small but mighty with all the essentials. It's like a sprinkle of self-care, a dash of gratitude, or a touch of joy. Now, this kit ensures you stay fabulous, stress-free, and ready to sparkle no matter what the holiday brings. Now, let's talk about why holiday burnout is such a big deal. Did you know that according to a survey by the American Psychological Association, 38% of people say their stress increases during the holiday season? That's more than 1 in 3 of us. And for women, that number jumps to 44%. But get this, holiday stress isn't about ruining your mood. It can have serious impact on your health, your relationships, and your overall well-being. I mean, who wants to start the new year feeling like they got run over by Santa's sleigh? Ain't nobody got time for that. That's where this JoyGlo holiday survival system comes in. It's designed specifically for fabulous women over 40, just like you, beautiful, who want to reclaim their holiday joy and kick burnout to the curb. And the best part, it's not about doing more or being perfect. It's about doing less. So are you ready to transform holiday burnout into a joyful experience? Type holiday burnout into the comment section to let me know. Okay, let's break it down. Step 1, prioritize like a goddess. Okay, beautiful. This is the foundation of our JoyGlo holiday survival system. That's a mouthful. How about JHSS? It's about prioritizing. So what does that even mean? You probably have a to-do list longer than Rudolph's nose, okay? But hear me out. I remember Christmas Eve, about 2017, I was running around like a headless chicken trying to bake 3 different types of cookies, 3 flavors, wrap presents, and decorate the house to look like a Hallmark movie set. Oh, and did I mention I was also trying to finish up my training modules due by the end of the year? Yeah, talk about biting off more than I can chew. By the time Christmas Day rolled up in here, I was so exhausted, I could barely keep my eyes open to get the food set out. That's when I realized something had to change. So here's what I want you to do. Grab a pen and paper. We're going old school here. Go on. I'll wait. I don't see your pen and paper. Go get it. I'll wait. Play along. It'll be fun. Now, I want you to write down everything you think you need. Yep. Things you need to do this holiday season. Now, here's where the magic happens. Look at that list and ask yourself this question for each item. Will this truly bring joy to me or my loved ones? If the answer is no, cross it off. Be ruthless. This is about creating a joyful holiday, not winning a Martha Stewart contest. Now, for the items that are left, Prioritize them. What absolutely needs to be done first, and what would be nice to do if you have time, and what can you delegate or let go of entirely. Here's a little secret. Nobody will notice if you don't make handmade Christmas ornaments this year. They don't care. But they will notice if you're too stressed and tired, not just tired, but tired to enjoy the festivities. So prioritizing like a goddess, because you are, is not just about managing your time, you're managing your energy. And trust me, this is the real currency during the holiday season. Now, I can almost hear you saying, but Michelle, what about family expectations? Won't people be disappointed if I don't do everything? Oh, beautiful. I feel you. That's where our next step comes in, and it's about setting boundaries with love. Now that we've got our priorities straight, it's time to talk about something that might make you a little uncomfortable, and it's about setting boundaries. But don't worry, we're going to do it with love, because that's how we roll in the JoyGlo world. A few years ago, I found myself in a situation that may sound familiar to you. My cousin, bless her heart, decided that our family needed to start a new tradition of hosting a huge potluck dinner every weekend leading up to Christmas Day. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good family gathering sometimes. But every weekend for a month with my already packed schedule, it was a recipe for burnout city. At first, I tried to go along with it. I showed up the first 2 weekends, dish in hand, smile plastered on my face. I've had many years of practice as a flight attendant. But inside, I was a mess. I was neglecting my own needs, missing out on quiet time with my hubby, and stressing about what to cook each week. Finally, I realized something had to give, and that something was me. I had to give myself permission to say no. So here's what I want you to do. Think about the commitments and expectations that are causing holiday burnout and stress. Maybe it's attending every single party you're invited to, or perhaps it's feeling obligated to buy expensive gifts. Now take a deep breath and commit this to memory. It's okay to say no. I get it. I know it feels scary. But here's the thing. Setting boundaries isn't about being mean or selfish. It's about taking care of yourself so you can show up for the things that really matter. So how do you do this? Here are a few scripts you can start with. I love our family gatherings, but I won't be able to make it every weekend. How about we plan for me to attend 2 of the dinners? Or instead of exchanging gifts this year, why don't we donate to a charity in each other's name? One more. I'd love to help with the school holiday fair, but I can only commit to 2 hours. What task would be most helpful for me to take on? Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Keep your tone warm and loving. Explain your reasoning if you feel it's necessary. But most importantly, don't apologize for taking care of yourself. Now, I know you may be thinking, what if they get upset? Here's the truth, beautiful. They might. They might even get an attitude, because change can be hard for people to accept. But in the long run, setting clear boundaries will lead to healthier, more authentic relationships. And here's a little secret. More often than not, people will respect you for being honest about your limits. Plus, you just might inspire others to do the same. Look at you out in these streets being a trailblazer. By setting boundaries with love, and that's the key word, love, you're just not avoiding burnout, you're creating space for more joy and meaningful connections. And isn't that what the holidays are really about? Joyliciousness. Now, speaking of creating space for joy, let's move on to our next step. Step 3, which is to embrace imperfection. All right, beautiful. We've prioritized like a goddess and set some loving boundaries. Now it's time to tackle one of the biggest joy thieves of all, perfectionism. Oh yeah, we're going there. Let me take you back to Christmas 2015. There I was in this kitchen around 11 p.m. crying over a burnt batch of cookies. Why? Because I was convinced if the cookies weren't perfect, the entire holiday would be ruined. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. You see, I used to be the queen of holiday perfectionism. Everything had to be just so. The decorations, the gifts, the food. I was like a festive drill sergeant elf, barking orders and stressing over every little detail. And you know what? It was exhausting, not just for me, but for everyone around me. But here's the kicker. Nobody else cared about all those perfect details. What they cared about was spending time together, laughing and making new memories. And I was missing out on all of this because I was too busy trying to create some Pinterest-worthy version of the holidays. So beautiful, I want you to do something for me right now. Take a deep breath and repeat after me. Done is better than perfect. One more time. Done is better than perfect. Now write that in the comments. Done is better than perfect. How does that feel? A little scary? A little liberating? Both? That's okay. That's okay. Embracing imperfection is a journey, not a destination. And here's the thing. Perfection, it's a myth. It's a joy-sucking, energy-draining, soul-sucking myth that keeps us from truly enjoying life. And during the holiday, it's like perfectionism on steroids. So you know how you can break free from perfectionism? Try on these 4 strategies. Number 1, lower your standards just a itty bitty bit. I'm not saying aim for mediocrity, but maybe your house doesn't need to look like it's straight out of a Pottery Barn catalog. Just saying. Number 2, focus on the experience, not the outcome. Instead of stressing about creating the perfect holiday photo, enjoy the process of getting together with your family and friends and laughing at all the outtakes. Number 3, embrace good enough. Those store-bought cookies, they're good enough. If you're feeling guilty, take them out the plastic container and arrange them nicely on your favorite holiday platter. That slightly lopsided tree, it's good enough. It was good for Charlie Brown. Your slightly wrinkled tablecloth, you guessed it, good enough. Comment good enough if you're on board. And number 4, celebrate the imperfections. That year I burnt the cookies, we still laugh about it. It's become a cherished family story. My mom would say I created burnt offerings. So your imperfections can become your traditions. And get this, have you heard about a Japanese philosophy called wabi-sabi? Yeah? No? Wabi-sabi celebrates imperfection, impermanence, and simplicity. It teaches us to let go of trying to be perfect because beauty lies in flaws and uniqueness. Things like a crack in a dish or the lines on your face, which tell a story. It's also about embracing change. Life's beauty is in its fleeting, changing nature and about finding joy in what is, not what should be. A reminder that imperfection is what makes life joylicious. Now, you may be thinking, you like nice things. Me too. And you're thinking that letting go of perfectionism means everything will be a mess. Not at all. There's a big difference between doing your best and driving yourself cray-cray, trying to achieve the impossible. Here's a little exercise for you. Next time you find yourself stressing over making something perfect, ask yourself this. Will this matter in 5 years? Will it matter in 5 months? Or even 5 days or 5 minutes? If the answer is no, let it go. By embracing imperfection, you're not lowering your standards, you're raising your joy. You're creating space for real connection, for laughter, for those fabulous, messy moments that make life worth living. And let me tell you, there's nothing more gorgeous than a woman who's comfortable in her own skin. Imperfections, lines, wrinkles, and all. That glow of self-acceptance, it's better than any Instagram filter. Now, speaking of glow, let's move on to the next step in the JoyGlo holiday survival system, and that's to cultivate gratitude. Beautiful. This one's crazy, but in the best possible way. It's about cultivating gratitude and joy, and this is especially for you. I'm looking at you if you're stressed and overwhelmed. So express gratitude for what you... What? Are you rolling your eyes about gratitude? Yes, let's rethink gratitude. Here's the thing. Gratitude isn't just a nice to have. It's a must have if you want to truly enjoy the holiday season. So a few years ago, I was having a moment. You know the type where everything seems to go wrong. Turkey was dry and I'd forgotten to buy a gift from my mother. I was on the verge of a full-blown holiday meltdown, but then something amazing happened. My cousin came over to me, gave me a big hug and said, Shelly, everything looks wonderful. Everything is set up so nicely and you're doing an amazing job. And just like that, my perspective shifted. I was acknowledged. And don't we all love a little recognition? All the little annoyances melted away and I was filled with a sense of gratitude. That's the power of gratitude, beautiful. It has the ability to transform our entire experiences, even in the midst of chaos. And during the holiday season, it's like a superpower, your superpower. So how do you cultivate gratitude and joy when you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed? I got you. Let's look at 5 strategies that have worked wonders for me. 1, start a gratitude journal. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe that you're grateful for that perfect smoothie you made this morning, or the way your dog greets you when you come home. The key is consistency. Number 2, practice the pause and appreciate technique. Throughout your day, especially when you're feeling stressed, pause for a moment and find something to appreciate. Maybe it's the twinkling lights on your tree or the sound of your favorite holiday song. Number 3, share your gratitude. Tell your loved ones what you appreciate about them. Not only will it make them feel good, but it will boost your mood too. Win-win. Number 4, create a joy jar. Write down moments of joy on small slips of paper and put them in a jar. On tough days, pull out a slip and remind yourself of the good times. Number 5, volunteer or give back. Nothing puts things quite in perspective like helping others. Plus, it's a great way to remember what the holiday season is really about. But maybe you're feeling too stressed and not feeling grateful. Or you may be sad because loved ones are no longer around. Oh, beautiful, I get it. And here's the thing, it's okay to not feel okay sometimes. Gratitude isn't about ignoring your negative feelings. It's about finding the light in dark times. In 2020, I was going through some really tough times during the holidays. It was the first holiday since my mom transitioned, and I was feeling pretty low. But I decided to try being in gratitude. Every day I forced myself to find one thing, just one itty bitty thing to be grateful for. Some days it was something as simple as, I'm grateful for the things my mother would say out of the blue that made me laugh. She was funny. You know what happened? Slowly but surely, I started noticing more and more things to be grateful for. It didn't fix me missing her, but it did make the tough times a little bit more bearable. So here's your challenge. For the rest of the holiday season, commit to finding at least one itty bitty thing each day to be grateful for. This can stop holiday burnout in its tracks. It might feel forced at first, and that's okay. Keep at it, because gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And remember, joy isn't about being happy. Joy is an inside job. It's about finding moments of light even in the midst of stress or sadness. It's about choosing to focus on the good even when things aren't perfect. And as we saw earlier, release the need to be perfect. Now, I want you to know something. You got this, beautiful. You have everything you need within you to not just survive the holidays, but to truly thrive and create a joylicious season filled with love and meaningful connections. And when you prioritize like a goddess, set boundaries with love, embrace wabi-sabi, you're not just avoiding holiday burnout, you're creating a whole new holiday experience, one that aligns with your values, honors your needs, and fills your cup to overflowing. And you know what? Your joy, that glow, it's contagious. When you show up and show out as your best, most joyful self, you give others permission to do the same. You become a beacon of light in what can sometimes feel like a stressful season. So beautiful, put on your best shoes and step into your JoyGlo season this holiday. Comment JoyGlo and say bye-bye to holiday burnout so you can stop being overwhelmed and hello to a season filled with grace and ease and joy. Now, if the thought of the holiday season has you feeling more stressed and festive, you're not alone. I'm going to share a simple practice you can use this holiday season and any time during the year. Watch this next video to learn how this can become a game changer for you. Smooches.